Hey, friendos, it's the Enforcer here once again with not an unboxing video, not an unbagging video, but kind of in between orders of jerseys that I'm going to be getting. There's a bit of a lull of what I'm getting because the main supplier that I'm planning on getting these reverse retro jerseys from. Um, he's a one man shop at Ben H from Ben H Sports on eBay, and I'm gonna get a couple of them from him. But there's a bit of a snag. He's a one man band trying to get things through the post in these uncertain times, and everything slowed down a bit. So, but I wanted to get back to a video. Now I have a large collection of jerseys here, and I picked out a couple, some oddball jerseys, maybe some of the five oddest jerseys that I have. I just wanted to quickly run through that just to show my collection. I'm proud of these jerseys, even the ugly ones, the ones that people don't really care for or have snide remarks for. I still like those just because they're quirky, and I'm just going to go through five of them now. Probably the top five weirdest, quirkiest, what the hell were they thinking sort of jerseys that I've picked up, and I'll tell you along the way where I picked these things up from. Now, I want to give a special recognition to the Burger King jersey. Now, unfortunately, this isn't a CCM or anything like that. It is a Mitchell and Ness, but it is in the collection. But yeah, this thing is pretty bad. So, honorable mention to the Burger King. And I'm just going to leave them back here. I'm just going to add them as we go. So, I'm going to go with number five here from a franchise that is no longer where they are at. But I know I've been looking for this jersey for a long time, just because the fact I couldn't find it. And then the Jersey Finder on Twitter, I was able to. He had a post up, and I was able to pick this up, and I still haven't even popped the tags on it. But this alternate Atlanta Thrashers jersey, authentic, made in Canada. Ooh. Um, I get Indo. I'm made in China. Wherever I can get it, I'm not particular as long as they are official, official replica or official authentic. Yeah, I don't buy knockoffs. So this Atlanta Thrashers jersey, not hand stitched, but you can see that there is stitching here and blank on the back, and it just says Thrashers. It has like that football vibe to it, and it has the Thrasher on it, the official, I believe, bird of the state of Georgia, and it has this on the shoulder, which I find very very odd but beautiful. And then these stripes that kind of don't really go anywhere here, and the old Reebok kit, they wanted to put this piping, but this one doesn't have the piping in it, and it's just got different fabrics in it. And yeah, just an oddball jersey for a team that no longer exists. They picked up, I think, in 2011, 2012 up to Winnipeg, and they became the Winnipeg Jets. But I don't think the Winnipeg would ever go to a reverse retro of anything Atlanta Thrashers. I think the franchise now is so set in embracing the old Winnipeg Jets heritage. The team that is in Arizona now, that was the original Winnipeg Jets, but seems like the Thrashers here, when they moved to Winnipeg, inherited the old info from that. Now, at number four is an old flashback here. It's a yellow guy from a Classic Six. Now, usually Classic Six teams, the original six teams, stay very traditional, very true to their roots. They don't change their logo all that much, maybe very slight deviations. But in the 90s, they said, you know what you need, Boston? You need a Sleepy Pooh Bear. That's what you need. And the owner at the time wanted to make this the official jersey, basically your home and away, they wanted to make this, but it stayed as a third. And as you can see, he looks very, very sleepy. This one was a eBay find. I found this on eBay for, I think, about $100. Not that bad. It's got this big, massive Bruins here for the shoulder patch. And yeah, very, it's a big deviation from the very classic Boston Bruins to the Sleepy Pooh Bear. So I thought this was a fun pickup. And yeah, most Boston fans don't like this. I actually do like this, but I do have a lot of other Boston jerseys here. So that's going to be number 4 in the oddball jerseys that I have. Now this next one, I would admit it's a Fanatics. It is a replica of a current one. It's not an old CCM. If it was, the price that I paid for it would be triple, quadruple what I actually paid for it. But Fanatics did a heritage hockey line where they went back and went back to some old classic jerseys, and I went ahead and scooped this up because I knew I wasn't going to pay that price of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars to get this. So I got this from the NHL shop, and it is the Fisherman. It's old fish sticks here, the Gordon Fisherman here. Now, one thing, if you don't know about Fanatics, I'm not the biggest fan of Fanatics. In fact, this is the only Fanatics in this set. When I was bigger, the only jerseys I could get in my size were Fanatics, but it has this scratchy, just logo that folds upon itself. It's comfortable. I will say that it's a comfortable jersey, but if it was any just regular basic jersey, it wouldn't be in this collection. But because it's an Islanders one, and look at that, it's got the wave in it. It's like the ocean. This guy's gonna go get your fish sticks. The one thing that I do wish the Islanders would incorporate, and yeah, with the reverse retro and what they chose, it's clear that they don't want to go back to this. It's clear that they want to move on for this. But if that's the case, why not keep this wave here? That's fun. You kept that after you had this logo for 1 year with the original New York Islanders logo. You kept this wave. But the one thing I wish that they would keep it in here is this lighthouse. This lighthouse here looks great. I would love to see this as a shoulder patch for the Islanders, even if it's just on a third. Or maybe if they really wanted to go a little bit crazy, maybe keep this style, put this shoulder patch up here, and then put the original Isles logo on the side. But yeah, Fanatics, Heritage Collection. Yeah, the only Fanatics in my set, I tend to stay away from Fanatics just because I just don't like the feel of them. Now, number 2. This is coming off of this team decided their original logo, they said it was a bit too plain. It was a stick in a rink. So they said, look, we're going to change up our look. It's going to be, I believe, the 80s, early 80s. And let's get some color going in here. So the Vancouver Canucks decided, you know what? We need a wholesale change in the way we look. We need the Flying V. This is god-awful. This is all that this jersey is, the front of this. There is no logo on the front. It's just these stylized V's, because you need to know, you got to know that you're in Vancouver. Got to make sure to have V's, and that's what it is. It is a Bertuzzi. It is a CCM vintage collection, CCM vintage collection, and this guy does have, they do have the logo on it, but it's this massive, massive hubcap, basically, or the old plate of spaghetti that is on the shoulder down by your elbow. So when you're wearing this, you've got this big fabric thing sitting on your elbow. And they decided, yeah, this is the look that we're going to go. Vancouver Canucks have always had an identity problem where, from what I hear, when you go to a game, it looks like Skittles. There's there's red, there's yellow, there's blue, there's so many different colors going on. And they went for this for a while. And yeah, I'm happy to have this in the collection. The Flying V from the Vancouver Canucks. And then after this, they decided to make this their main logo and put it on the front. But later variations, then they would keep these V's that were here and put them on the shoulders and on the sleeves. So they really love to have V's there. So Vancouver Canucks. This monstrosity. But so happy to have it in the collection. And last but not least, I'm sure you guys can see it from the corner here. This one here, where I live, way back in the day, summer of '96, there was a sports memorabilia and clothing store in the mall that had hockey jerseys. And when the summertime came, they blew out stock. They were selling things just to make room for what was about to come in for football, baseball, all the other sports going on. They were just trying to clear space, and they would constantly do this. So in the summer of '96, I roll in there and I see in the clearance section, there's a tag on it for $30. And me being 15, 16, 17 years old at the time, I was lucky enough to have $30 at that exact moment. So I plunked it down knowing this thing was god-awful, knowing this thing was disgusting. And all these years later, I've held on to it. Even when I've fallen out of jersey collecting, I've always made sure to have this one. It's because it's such an oddball and I never see it out anywhere. And Anaheim went ahead and did their reverse retro based on this. But I'm so happy to have a legit and honest Wild Wing. Wild Wing here. The front of this is Wild Wing, their mascot, sublimated on this jersey. There is no logo on it. It is just ink dyed and put into this fabric. And there is no logo here. That's why he waves and he goes like this. And just look at this. Never have I seen a mascot jumping out of something. And, you know, in the AHL, the East Coast Hockey League, minor leagues, you would see things like this. But an NHL team decided to go out there, and we still want you to know the team that we had. So these shoulder patches are clean. These shoulder patches are nice. But look at that. Look at that. Then the back. And then they had this weird script for the names. And as you can see, CCM, Ducks, highly sought after. Have had some people ask me about this jersey. I'm not giving up this jersey unless it involves being needing to make ends meet to pay something of vast importance. Other than that, me being a collector, having this here and waiting for the reverse retro of this to come in so I can have a matching set. It's beautiful. So I'm so happy to have this into the collection, even though how gaudy and ugly it is. But there it is. So, guys, I want to thank you for joining me for this. Look at some of my odd collections that are in this cabinet. And in between, you know, if I don't get a jersey for a while, I'll go through here. Maybe find some classic ones, give you my top 5 that I like. We can always have some good fun with these jerseys, just checking out jerseys and all that good stuff. But I just wanted to shoot this video here and get this out to you guys, and appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys supporting. Make sure to like, if you're just passing your way through, subscribe. Mainly focus on hockey. Hopefully, maybe I'll start branching out into some wrestling. I do a help out with a wrestling podcast, Going in Raw. Maybe I could do a little offshoot of that. Love sim racing, all that good stuff. So I'm so happy to show you these jerseys. Please come on, subscribe, like, and And we'll see you on the next video. All right, friendos, thank you. The Enforcer is out. Take care. Bye.